you guys doing? It's your girl MC Doree, and this is What's Happening Wednesday, guys. You already know the drill. Come on in, because you know I have some exciting people on this show. Let's not forget what today is. Today is Wednesday, your midweek boost. So 7 p.m., come out to praise and worship at 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana. That's Embassies of Christ. You know we get lit for Jesus. So come on out. Guys, I am so excited about who I have on here, okay? I have my instructor on here, okay, guys? So you don't know. I'll be behind the scenes doing a lot of things, but I have this fabulous woman on here. Her name is Yonni. If you don't know her, you're about to get to know her. I hope she ready, because I don't know if she know how lit I be, okay? So I hope y'all ready for her, okay? I hope she ready for me. Come on in. You already know. And the class, I hope the class has linked on the link in the classroom that we have. Please join today. All you have to do is go to the What's Happening Wednesday page, follow that link, and watch your teacher in action. She about to tell us the business, baby. It's on and popping. Yanni, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
There she is. Look how beautiful she is. Okay. My instructor fabulous. My instructor fine. Look, y'all. If you don't know her, you're about to get to know her. This woman right here is one of the top notch in the total United States of America. Loctician, master loctician, whole United States.
You hear me? I'm saying world, world.
Oh, she said world. I apologize. Global.
Don't get me
Okay?
somebody out of
We ain't
China.
playing. We ain't playing global. Okay? Pardon me. Okay? It's global. She's worldwide. Okay? Yonni Thompson. Yonni, tell your people. Who are you?
Well, hi guys. I am Yanni, and it's two Yannis. I am Yanni Red. Okay, and I believe, the first person to put a full styling tutorial on YouTube for locks. I also have created about 20 different lock styles that people use every day now. I am a digital school owner, which is I'm a founder of a school. I'm also a published author with my own book set for locks, which is my own curriculum. So not just having a school, but also creating the books and everything. And I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and I'm by way of Atlanta now. And let me see. I can start from the beginning. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. My background started out in cosmetology, and I kind of just stayed in natural hair styling, which is what got me into doing the locks in the first place. And yeah, it's been a full life and career with locks, basically. But what I do now is I host my online school, and I teach locticians to not only do styling and stuff, but to become entrepreneurs. To think about life in the digital world. A lot of us are thinking about life in the way it used to be before the internet came about. And so, just keeping their minds foremost on that anybody at any age can make this happen. It's never too late. And just, giving that confidence. I would say that's who I am in a nutshell. I empower people.
Yes, empower people. Okay, so I hang around atmosphere changers. That's who I hang around, okay? That's who you are. You're an atmosphere changer. You change the atmosphere. And tell us, how long have you been in this business? Okay, because you look like you're about 10 years old. So tell us how long you've been in the business.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Okay. I started hair school in 1995, actually,
Mm.
and I got my hair license. I got my cosmetology license in 1998, and so that's when I started doing hair. and I started doing locks like right around 1998. Right around that.
1998. Wow. Okay, so you've been doing this for a long time. For those who just think that all of a sudden locks just appeared, it wasn't so popular, things of that nature. You have been doing this for 20 plus years. Am I correct?
Yeah, 22. I created the look that they have now. Like just how now everybody can go to any salon and get a lock service. When I started, that wasn't the case. You know how now you can just go anywhere, everybody can do locks. It wasn't like that, and people were actually scared of them. They didn't want to try to do them. So locks were like outcasted in the salon. Just I want to say maybe a decade and a half ago, so not very long ago. And I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
still have cities now where nobody knows how to do locks in any professional salon. So just trying to bridge that gap over the last 22 years. I started teaching though because there was so much just false information around locks, and if you style them, they're gonna break off, and people going bald, different things like that. So I got more onto the teaching side of it just by default because I did it in a way that it looked really neat and it was healthy. And that was something that was brand new. And still is actually because a lot of people can duplicate the look, but they don't keep the hair healthy and they don't know how to do it without too much pulling. So, and my students they able to execute the styles without the tension, and they get that boost coming from me having all of this experience in locks. And not to mention, I mean, I've been doing it 22 years, but I actually went 15 years without taking a day off when I was
Mm.
owning salons and stuff. And so, yeah, I did this to death. But the thing was finding stuff to do with locks. This was like the beginning. At first, I used to do like little cornrow styles. I could braid really, really well. And so it started out as that. And then I used to go get like the goddess braids in my hair, the fishtails. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta learn how to do that on locks. So just watching
Mm.
the women, the African braiders do those fishtails, I picked those up. The basket weave I picked up from, believe it or not, like something that I did in day camp as a kid in summer camp. And yeah, like you know,
Yeah, and I know with 20 to 20 plus years of experience, like you said, owning salons, teaching, and now that you're revamping. That's what I'm going to say. Because I mean, you didn't even mention your products that you've had. How you've done hair shows and the magazines that you've been in. Like, okay, you're really being humble, little lady, but it's okay. It's okay because it's a lot of
it's
stuff.
not.
Sometimes
Yes,
when
I
it's so
can't
much,
remember. You
yes,
got
you
to be
can't
throwing it
remember.
out. But let's talk about the magazine,
Let's
okay?
talk about the magazines because they are fabulous. Let's talk about these magazines.
Back in 2007, I believe it was, I was working in a salon called Shot Callers. And the owner, he went to this party and he came back and he was like, we got a magazine photo shoot that when he was at the party, he met with the people. And so, we didn't know what if the outcome was going to be, but come to find out they had national distribution on this magazine. And they were just recruiting, like you could just show up with your model for free and they would publish, that you could get your style published without paying. And so when I heard that, I was like, well, how many people can we bring? you know? And so he was like, I don't know. So I bought 9 models
Wow.
and they wound up publishing the first book had 4 of my styles. And this was back in 2007. When I tell you, I had the only neat locks in that magazine.
Mhm.
Only. And at the time, I'm looking at it like, oh my God, these people just can't do hair. This is raggedy. But I didn't know it was about to elevate me to teaching exclusively, because the other side of that is that, oh my God, they really need help to do this, because
Wow.
the customer can't be walking out of your salon looking crazy or looking like they didn't get their hair done. And so a lot of what I do is about the customer and the community. It just is. I never was like the type of person that wants to do like celebrity here. I always had that, I do regular people's hair and they become celebrities where they are.
Okay,
So
come on.
they do.
Come through. I like
Yes.
that. I like that.
Because, I'm taking just an ordinary guy and putting him in a hair magazine with national distribution.
Mhm.
So now when he walk around the neighborhood, people are like, I know you, I know you. And it becomes that, it, for my model. So, um, but yeah, they published me those 4 times. And then over the next 3 years, they have released another 3 magazines. They published me a total of 24 times in the
Wow.
magazine, and it was mostly locks. I did 22 lock styles in the magazine, 22 different ones over the time span, and I didn't know what was happening yet because I wasn't on social media. I wasn't a social person. I was a straight up robot that just twisted hair. That's what I did. We twisted style. And so when the magazine is circulating around. I wasn't. I've always been like I'm a spontaneous person to the point where I'll just not like this location anymore, and so I used to move around a lot with my business, and it paid off. A lot of people used to tell me, "You move around too much, girl. You're gonna lose your clients, this, and that." But it actually paid off, and I wound up having like the biggest clientele
Wow.
I've ever seen anybody have. I have never seen anybody with as many clients as I had when I was even just 24 years old. I mean, just busy. Like my quota actually was 17 people. I would get to 17 that I have to shut down. So you can imagine how much clientele was coming through my salon. My quota is 17.
Mm.
And people say, well, how you do 17 heads of locks? I could only get 3 in a day. I had an assistant. I twisted fast. I had, well, not one assistant. I actually had 2 shampoo assistants, 8 people retwisting, and it worked. Yeah, it was. I realized now that it was way before its time what I was doing, though.
Yes.
Having
You
the
had a
lock shop.
system.
I
I
still
had to
do.
come in. You had a system. It was the Yonni Red system.
Yes, I do. And the thing is, it was meant for a school, not a hair salon. And so
Mhm.
I had to step back. When we get in business, we think we know what we want to do and we're passionate about our craft and all that stuff. But what I was doing was so innovative and I didn't even know. I mean, you just don't know. Like you have to create. Once you start creating, everything will fall into place from there. But I mean, I just never thought this was going to even do anything. And so it was just like, um, first it was the magazine. Then I got a call from a lady who invited me down to the Talia Wajiz show. And this was in 2010. So I went there. Um, hold on. So I went there and I slayed my little man, the dreadlock little man, for the first time. That's when I first debuted him.
Mhm.
And we did not win this competition. Now
Mm.
the funny thing is, though, we did win, but we did not win by the rules because the rules were all of this point system and this and that, and so they weren't very clear. They weren't very clear on what the rules were, and
Mhm.
so here I am thinking I have to do his hair on stage, only to find out you have to do half of the hair on stage. So I'm like, okay, so I do the man, I stand him up, and My model, he goes out there. He's just got on jeans and a t-shirt, but his hair is the man, and it's a hair show. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hair show. You're supposed to congratulate the best style in your show. You
Mhm.
know, and what they did do was they told me that I didn't place because I didn't, get enough points. But they told me this after the show. They called me on the phone to tell me that they know I had the best style in the show. And they just
Wow.
want me to come back next year and compete again and, and actually do all of the rules of total look and, dress my model up in a costume or whatever. And I'm just like, hell no, I ain't coming back next year. I'm not coming back here because I'm better than, and that's one thing with hairstylists. You have to be careful going to these competitions because a lot of them are fixed already. They already
Mhm.
know who they want to win, and you're gonna come in there thinking that it's a fair world out here and get your feelings hurt. And so, I got that phone call, and after that, I just was like, I'm gonna go down there to Atlanta because I gotta see what is going on because at that time I really was getting to the point where I didn't even want to do hair anymore. Like around actually when we started doing these magazines around
Mhm.
2007, I was getting to that point. So fast forward, um, I go to Atlanta in 2009 to do the hair show, and when I come back, I get on YouTube. That was my first time doing a YouTube video. We're not doing a YouTube video because I had did tutorials to sell at the hair show, and then that was what I uploaded on YouTube. And so the first YouTube video that I had, a friend of mine was supposed to make me a YouTube channel. I didn't understand how YouTube worked at the time. You just had a Gmail account, you got a YouTube. I didn't know that. And so
Mhm.
he made me a video and put it on his YouTube. And this was back in 2009, and he did it. I didn't know what was going on. He called me one day and he's like, YouTube want to pay me. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's cool. He's like, no, it's because of your video. And I'm like, what you mean because of my video? I did not know nothing about YouTube. And went back to the video. It had already had 56,000 views in like
Wow.
a month. And so they wanted to monetize him based on my video traffic. And so I'm like, hey, I got to get on there and see what that's about. And so I created my own channel then. When this was right after I got back from that hair show. I created my own channel and I started posting on there. And once again, not knowing the impact it was going to have, like YouTube really, really pushed me into teaching
Mhm.
because nobody knew how to do what I was doing. They didn't know
Wow.
how to do it. They ain't never see it before. It was just like, oh my God. And if you actually go to the video, the comments are hilarious. They're saying stuff like, oh my God, no one person could have did all of this. Um, it's funny because it was like I was already doing that stuff for 10 years before I even put it on social media. So it was
Mm.
perfect already. And a lot of people were, oh my God, it's going to cause traction alopecia. It's going to do this, going to do that. But once again, these are people whose hair I've been doing for 10 years already. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So the thing that happened was the myths about lock style. And I don't know if y'all remember this in the beginning. They used to try to tell you, do not style them. You can't twist them all the time. You can't manipulate it very much or it's going to start to break. Right.
Yeah.
And so that myth was busted up when I came on the scene because I'm saying I've been styling their hair every single time. I'm saying I use products every single time and my clients don't have buildup. I'm saying
Mhm.
that I don't detox them. My clients don't have a dry, itchy scalp, which is a lot of the
Mm.
typical stuff. So not only am I doing hair better, I'm also proving that they just don't know what they're talking about. So
Mhm.
imagine how welcomed I am at the shows.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
and
see,
let me
me,
put your
because I'm
info
not agreeing.
let me put your info up here for those who have questions about what she does, okay, and interested in the academy. Right here, info at redlocticianacademy.org. Okay. Now you are on YouTube as well, right? Yanni, what is your YouTube page where they can see your
It
fabulous
is
styles?
the Yanni Red. That's the channel name. So it's THE and then my name Yanni YONNI, the color red. Yanni, the Yanni Red. But if you just Google my name, I'm gonna come
Mm-hmm.
up with pages and pages and pages because I've been doing the same thing my whole career. Like I've never. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't start out doing locks, but once I did them, that's all I basically have done the whole time. So I have lots of content. Just oh my god, I got so much. Um.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's how I found you. Yes, you do.
Okay.
And real quick for those, I'm just going to come on real quick. For those who are just joining, thank you so much. This is What's Happening Wednesday, your girl MC Doree, and I have the fabulous, infamous Yanni Red Thompson on here, okay? If you guys do not know who she is, you need to, like she said, Google her and find out, okay? She's been in this lock game for 20 plus years. The things that you think are just coming out, she's been doing for 20 plus years, guys. And I'm so excited and honored, okay, to be under her tutelage, okay? I'm excited about this. I've been trying to get her on here for a minute, and I'm so glad she's here. So she has so much information. So info at redlocticianacademy.org if you want more info, if you want to talk to her. And let me tell you, she this will help. I'm gonna see if she remember. I was looking up because y'all, okay, for y'all know me, okay? Y'all know I'm ghetto. So look, I'm looking up some stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me find out what's going on. I'm emailing, finding out, and she's like, call me, let me call you, let's talk. And I was at the nail salon the whole time, Yanni, we was talking. They was on my nails, and I'm just asking her all types of questions about her business, telling her my interests, everything. And this woman at the time, were you in Georgia at the time I was talking to you? Were you in Georgia? Wait a minute, you're muted. Let me unmute you.
Yes, I
Yeah, you
was.
you was
I
in
was.
Georgia, so I'm talking to her. She said she all the way in Georgia, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, well, this is what I'm trying to find out, and what's going on, and this and this and that. And this, the thing about it is, so personable. So I'm now you got to understand. This is somebody that I have researched. I'm looking on YouTube. Okay, I'm looking on YouTube. You find somebody on YouTube, you're looking, I'm looking at, I Googled her, I saw everything she was doing, I saw her school, her online school, and I was able to pick up the phone and just actually call her. Hello. I was able to pick up the phone and actually call her. And I think we talked for about 30 minutes, guys. We talked about 30 minutes, and she told me everything that was going on. She detailed everything, told me how it was going to go down, and we've been talking ever since. So personable, down to earth. Okay, she ain't playing no games, and she ain't gonna play with you. She ain't gonna play with you, or she ain't gonna play with your money. And she definitely ain't gonna let you just pass on thinking you got it.
Right.
She be tearing me up all the time. I be sending her pictures. She be like, nope, wrong, goodbye.
I don't be like that.
She goodbye, goodbye.
The thing is, though, in my defense, let me say, because I'm a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist and obsessor. I obsess over the littlest detail. And the reason why I do that, though, is because when you get, it's like learning how to paint. I always use this metaphor about how I learned how to paint. So when I first painted, I had a salon, I painted. Everybody was coming in. It was like, oh my God, you can see the strokes. You got to go back over this. You got to go back over that. And my little brother came in. He told me, you have to paint like you're done when you do it. Don't think about going back over that. Get it full the first time and try to make it be like one. And
Mm,
that just makes, um, so much sense because, hold on. Yeah, that just makes so much sense. That made so much sense to me. And that's my thing when you're doing the styles. The technique is direction. So we look at it like a Google map. If I want to get to downtown and I don't know how, similar to like if I want to get to the end of this fishtail braid and I don't know how to fishtail, then there's a set of turns that I have to take. And it's the same thing with lock styling. So, a lot of what I'm doing is breaking down people's thought process and how they think they learn how to do hair or like what they're doing. Because
Okay, and then and this is what people need to know. This is online and it's awesome the way she does it. So for more information, hit her up, info@redlocticianacademy.org. So Yanni, tell me, in a few words, if you can, how do you believe you impact your community, or how would you like to impact your community?
oh, I know exactly how I impact my community. I do a few things. I cause self esteem. Well, let me start from the beginning of why. Let me tell y'all my why. So I wanted to just bridge this gap between the hair salon experience and the lock wearer. And what my business does is it first of all teaches entrepreneurship. And the second thing that it does with that entrepreneurship is it builds self esteem in just minority communities because that's usually where people are wearing locks and experiencing a lot of the negative stigmas associated with them. So doing them and that's why I'm so particular about everything has to be exact in place, because it's like the sacred hair. So you can't be playing around in the sacred hair. You can't pull the sacred hair. You have to be really graceful in that hair. And yeah, like that right there, just adding first of all some excellence in the community where there's not a lot of stuff in the ghetto is if it ain't fun, nobody cares, or they do and say whatever just to get your money. But I've never been like that. So yeah, it had to be perfect. It just does. It's so many things counting on that being perfect. Like, is he gonna get the job? Is you know, it because that's one thing about it is a lot of kids in the urban areas. I feel like a lot of the crime or stuff that they turn to, it has a lot to do with how they feel about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so I've seen, young kids that was on a bad path get locks and their hair is done and it looks nice and they just totally change the type of person that they are. Because, locks, you have to commit to get them, first of all. You have to be patient. So they teach certain virtues of life that we need. And so, yeah, it's a lot of impact on the community. I create jobs, creating self esteem, more schools. I'm
Hmm.
actually starting to branch off into more school types of things. So not only is it creating businesses, I mean, I have a lot of testimonials just from people who saw me on YouTube and learned, people that I've never even met that, like 4 and 5 paragraphs just about how me doing the styles on YouTube helped them to basically start a career and
Hmm.
take care of their families. And, one of my girls, she a friend of mine now, she was on a bad path, just going back and forth to jail, and she had kids. And she told me, she said, one day I just was like, I'm going to watch this video. I'm going to watch this video until I get this. And she said, I just never look back. And so
Wow.
yeah, it goes way farther than I thought. Like, even I've had people come and take the class from like South America, from Germany, the United Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
I've had even Africa actually, doing virtual classes in Africa, and it's. I mean, I just didn't know it was going to be this big. I really did.
Yes,
So
yes.
yes, the impact on the community is not. I can't even call it the community. I could say on the world because, and then we finding that every race has locks. Not just
Hmm.
black people. Every country
Hmm.
you go in, you can find different cultures for locks. So just, I mean, I just feel like it had a global effect. Like even
Yes.
even the hair. the lock extension hair that you order it from like China. The company is called Yana. And my friend is like, they named it after you. They had to. I know they did.
Awesome. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for joining. If you're just joining, you're with Yonni Red Thompson, okay? The infamous, the original, okay? Master loctician, published author, okay? She's been doing this for 20 plus years. You can't play with her. Do not come unless you gon' for real slay, okay? Because she gonna cut you. She gonna cut you. And it's okay. It's okay to be cut by her, okay? Because she the real deal, okay, baby? Ain't nobody playing with her. So, Yanni, what is next for you? I know like you have evolved into the online school, but what is next?
Well, what's next is so I have my school and then I have my curriculum. So I'm kind of on the fence about what's going to happen next. I've been doing well. I'm not on the fence. I'm on the fence about whether both are going to happen or just one. But I have two options. I can take my digital school and open an actual brick and mortar school
Okay.
and start franchising that out. Or what
Mm.
I'm also exploring is just putting my curriculum in schools
Oh,
because I have the
yeah.
books and virtual class twice a week. So like right now, I just did class in Houston, three barber schools in a week, and I'm doing this experiment now where I'm allowing two of the students to come in to the virtual class they're going to be starting on Monday, and just to test that, and see how that works. Now, if I can just do my curriculum and get paid for that while the students actually go to a physical school, like a physical cosmetology school,
Mhm.
then that right there may be what I want to do because I really am looking at anything with the least amount of resistance. And
Mhm.
digital businesses are like all the rage for me now. So I'm even because I'm looking at a few things. I got a couple of things on the table. I'm looking at more futuristic learning options like apps and different things like that before I just open a school because we never know what's going on with COVID and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Mhm.
I don't really want to open a brick and mortar location just because of that. But I don't have to. I can take the angle of the information and just sell the information that I have as well. So I'm
Okay.
narrowing it down to one of those.
But that's okay. That's okay because you're able to do that. You're able to do that, and I'm really excited about what you said with the bringing the curriculum into the school. I'm excited about that. I think that that's dope right there. So if you guys have just joined again, this is your girl MC Doree, and I have the infamous Yanni Red Thompson on the line, guys. This interview has been amazing because a lot of people do not get this opportunity to listen to her share what she's sharing, how she's been doing this for 20 plus years, guys. So, and I actually interrupted her class today, so I am going to go ahead and let her go because she is in class. She has a virtual classes going on right now. And if you guys want more information about this, you can reach her, Red Loctician Academy. You can reach her. You can go on her Facebook page so you can see these styles. They are amazing. You need to check her out on Facebook as well. Yanni, is there any last words that you have for your listening audience?
Yes, yes, of course. So first, follow me on the social media platforms. Yanni Red underscore Dreads on Instagram, and you can see some of my fantasy styles there too. I didn't even get into the styles that I'm excited about.
I
Um,
know. We'll have to
it's
do this interview again.
Yes,
We're gonna have to do
but yeah,
part two.
follow me on Instagram at Yanni Red underscore Dreads. Also at Dreadlock School. That's my school Instagram page. What else? I do want to leave y'all with a positive message. It's just don't quit. You know, your
Mhm.
idea may be yours, and nobody else could even believe it. You know, you have to remember that before the airplane, they had to think those guys was crazy for trying to even attempt to fly. You know, and they did it. So I want you to think about that when the naysayers and the workers and the employees try to tell you you need to get a job, you need to do this, you need to do that, and give up on your dream. I want you to keep on your own dream because everybody's job is somebody's dream. Okay, that's what you better know. Now you either gonna
Okay.
take the paid position or the worker's position, and I want you to take the paid position. But definitely remember that if you quit your job, you quit your dream to go to somebody else's job, that was their dream. That owner of that business, that was their dream, and they just kept going.
Wow.
And you decided to give up on yours. So, no, just with that being said, keep your head up, stay strong, and just don't quit.
Okay, amen. Y'all hear that? Okay, she giving y'all the word. Okay, keep your head up. Don't quit. I love it. Don't quit. And what did you say? You said that was somebody else's dream. Say that again. I like that. What did you
Oh, I
say?
was saying, you know, that when you give up your dream to go to a job, that job is somebody else's dream. That
Mm.
they just didn't quit. You know,
Yep.
so yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, y'all. So y'all understand that job that you're going to is somebody else's dream that did not give up. They stayed focused. They had a goal. They followed the vision. Okay. Look, guys, we are here because of purpose. We have a purpose. You have to remember that. So God put something inside of you to give to someone else. We are problem solvers. So what problem are you going to solve? Okay, Miss Yoni. Okay, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I know it was so much we were supposed to talk about, especially with the class and everything. We will do this again. Okay, this was just an introduction to you. Okay, and then we have to do this again. But thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and wave bye to you. Okay, and
All
I'm gonna
right.
go ahead and close out this session. Thank you so much. Mwah. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for joining What's Happening Wednesday. Do not forget, in less than an hour, you can go come out and come with me with praise and worship at Embassies of Christ, 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana. I'm so hyped, y'all. I'm so hyped. So come on out. Right now, I'm going to say don't miss next week. What's Happening Wednesday after 5? You know we'll be live right here with your girl, MC Doree. Now, you know what to do. Don't be a blessing.